Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm about to give you a new lens for seeing arguments, creativity, and yes, even those epic group chats, the four mental modes that secretly run the show every time we think. And trust me, unlocking your inner scientist can seriously transform how you innovate, persuade, and solve problems. Let's dive in. Picture this. Have you ever found yourself defending your beliefs with the fire of a preacher? Or maybe you slip into prosecutor mode, ready to spot every flaw in someone else's point of view? Or do you play politician, shaping your words to win the crowd instead of chasing the truth? According to psychologist Adam Grant in his book Think Again, he defines it as our default mindset. He says, preacher mode, you defend your ideas like sacred doctrine. Prosecutor mode, you are on a mission to tear down someone else's reasoning. And in politician mode, you're focused on winning approval, not chasing accuracy. These modes are comfortable, sometimes they can even feel powerful, but here is the catch. Sticking with them does not help us actually learn, grow, or create. They trap us in yesterday's thinking and keep us blind to tomorrow's opportunities. So, what's the missing ingredient? According to Adam Grant, it is scientist mode. In scientist mode, you flip the script. Instead of clinging to your beliefs, you question them. Instead of just trying to win, you want to discover. You tinker, test out ideas, look for evidence, and when the facts shift, you're not afraid to change your mind. It's less about being right, more about being finding what's true. Let's see why this matter most with some real life stories. Remember when Blackberry seemed unstoppable, secure emails, physical keyboards, they were kings of the mobile world. Blackberry's leaders were genius engineers, but their real superpower was prosecutor mode. They would dismantle every competitor's product and find 100 reasons why Blackberry was superior. When Apple launched the iPhone, BlackBerry doubled down on their old strengths, preaching about their secure system, prosecuting Apple's gimmicks like the touchscreen, politicking to keep loyal users feeling safe. But they never paused to ask, what if we are wrong? What if people want to see something else? Stuck in those old modes, they missed the biggest wave in tech. By the time they noticed people cared about more than email, it was already Apple and Android's world. What about Apple? Yes, Steve Jobs was stubborn, a preacher in his own right. But during the iPhone's development, he pushed his teams to argue, challenge his thinking, and test wild new ideas. If data or experiments proved him wrong, he would change the plan. That's scientist mode in action, and it is why Apple pulled off a historic reinvention. Let's now look at Kodak. Here is a twist. Kodak invented digital camera, but when digital threatened their film business, Kodak's leader got stuck in preacher and politician mode, defending the old guard, protecting their turf, refusing to run with the new reality. Instead of experimenting, they ignored the shift. The result? Bankruptcy, while other companies captured their digital future. Now let's look at Blockbuster and Netflix. Blockbuster, the king of home video, faced a new challenger, Netflix. First with mail order DVDs, then with streaming. Blockbuster's leader became preachers and prosecutor, explaining why their way worked and pointing out Netflix's supposed flaws, politicking to keep the investors and customers happy. But they never stopped to ask, how is the world changing and how could we adapt? They missed their shot. Netflix, in contrast, just kept experimenting. They shifted to streaming, let data drive decision, and were never afraid to throw out old ideas. That's the scientist mindset, and it rewrote the rules of entertainment. And finally, let us now talk about Nokia. Once, Nokia owned half the world's cell phone market, but as touchscreens and smartphones took off, Nokia stuck to what they knew: feature phones, keypads, and the status quo. No bold experiments, no new OS, not asking are we going wrong anywhere. They were left behind almost overnight. Here is the big picture. When leaders, and let's be honest, all of us, get stuck in preacher, prosecutor, or politician mode, we stop learning and adapting. the world moves on and we get left behind. But when we flip that mental switch and go into scientist mode, asking tough questions, running real experiments, and staying curious, that's when breakthrough happen. So what's the real takeaway? The world we are living in today, there is AI all over the place. Now, this is a time for services companies, technology company, product company to pivot to make the most out of it. Or otherwise, we'll be like yet another blockbuster or maybe yet another Nokia where someone else will be talking about how they missed the bus. Hope you like what you heard. And if you do so, please leave behind your comment. I would be waiting to hear your thoughts and comments. And if you love what you heard here, please do subscribe to my channel. Thank you once again. Take care now. Bye.